Hi, I'm Dr. Boyd, and this is Trevor Beckes, the General Manager here at Dr. Boyd's Pet Resort. Today's question comes from Lisa. And Lisa wants to know, what's the best way to stop my puppy from jumping? Jumping on me, friends, kids. There's another question again about behavior, certain specific behaviors that people find undesirable. So how does she address this jumping behavior?
Same way as we kind of train dogs. It's a condition. So every time dog goes up, we want to tell that dog that's not okay. Whether it's from a leash correction, simply, snap and release, pointing the dog back to the ground, having them on 4 feet, or a verbal correction, water bottle, anything to deter and correct that behavior during the action. Dogs have a very small window of association, so if a dog jumps up on you and is jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping, and then finally you're just like, okay, I've had enough, it's not the same association as soon as it goes up, boom, no, and drop back down to the floor. So it's a very small window that you have to capture that behavior. Similarly to other things, we can set that situation up. I can call up for the dog and make sure that our timing is really good and get that association as close as possible.
You always talk about corrections and doing corrections, and it seems like for those of us who aren't professional trainers, my corrections are never as effective as your corrections. I noticed that certain owners seem to have more effective corrections than others, and a lot of it seems to be timing. Like I used to have a dog that would jump up on me, and at times I'm that guy that kind of lets it. I kind of liked it, frankly. But I had control. I did have some verbal control on him. He went to someone else. I could see him starting to make the move, and I'd say, or I had a little comment, and he would not jump up. But in order to get there, remember in the early days, I always had to have a leash drag on him because I had no control of the chief when he was 6 feet away.
For sure.
So when you give a correction, how do you ensure that it's felt or heard or responded to?
It is just the timing of it. It's just capturing that time. We can set it up so if she's going to jump on us now, no leash, we can't really prevent that from happening. We can't even anticipate it. But if I put a leash on her and I almost force her, you can even call her up, and kind of set her up for failure in her eyes. It's a positive thing. We're conditioning her to do something that we want. It's beneficial to her. She's going to get praise, and so we can guarantee that if I on leash, we can set that up the exact way that we want it every time. So if she's not on leash, you said like the Chief, Zoe, these dogs that we had, and they were jumping on us and stuff. It's not training. It won't be that consistent. We need that consistency. So again, start with the foundation, leash and collar, get them on.
It seems like with all these behavior questions that come up, it always has to do with you have to set yourself up for success. So I'm quite sure that I take an untrained dog to Dog Beach and I let him run and I yell, hey, Chief, come, Chief, no, Chief. Nothing happens.
Right.
And I noticed that a well-trained dog, you have a dog, you make a comment or a command, and boom, the dog comes back. It's attentive to you. So it's a matter of setting yourself up for success and creating those situations and setting up the situation. So you, in this case, actually are going to create a situation where the dog can jump on you or someone else, in which you have a leash on the dog, and then you're ready with an immediate verbal response.
Correct.
And it is, and then praising. We're high praise.
High praise.
So when they do that, is it, if I want to do positive rewards, treats, etc., there's a place for that as well, right?
100%. When I focus on training, let's say we do a 20-minute training session, 10 minutes is focusing on that behavior. The other 10 minutes in between, around, and the beginning is all praise. You want to get them happy about training. They want to get into that, learning that behavior. Even if it is negative during it, but they love it. They want to do it. It's like, yeah, I might get corrected here and there for that, but this is awesome. Like I'm out working, and it really builds that relationship with the dog and yourself.
All right. So like all these other training questions, you just set yourself up for success. Don't wait for the moment to try to do it. It's just like with children. You don't wait until you're in a public place to try to correct and teach them. Just teach them beforehand, and then you're going to get in public. All right. Thank you.